Hi people, welcome back to my channel. Hope कि आप सब बहुत अच्छे होंगे, मैं भी बहुत अच्छी हूँ. So in this video, we are going to talk about the detailed syllabus of each subject, the exam pattern, you all have to study, how much marks you all have to score. So let's get started the video. So the first subject is organization and management. So the first model is introduction to fundamentals of management, and the topics are evolution of management thought from early 20th century till date, management functions and executive functions, management skills. And second module is planning, in which you will have to study definition and objectives of planning, types of plans, modern steps involved in planning process. Third module is organizing and staffing, in which you will have to study forms of organizational structure, formal and informal organizational structure, span of control, delegation and decentralization of authority, meaning of staffing and staffing functions. So the fourth module is leadership and communication, in which you will have to study types of leaders, leadership styles, qualities of an effective leader, importance of organizational communication, barrier to organizational communications. Now the fifth module is controlling, so in which you will have to study definition and characteristics of control, the control process, types of control, and feedback and feed forward control. So these are the 5 modules of organization and management. Next we will talk about information technology management. So in which you will have to study, the first module is data and information, in which you will have to study introduction to data and information data knowledge cycle, difference between data and information, data measurement, introduction to database, its advantage and disadvantage, and types of database. Talking about second module is information system, in which you will have to study information system definition, characteristics, advantage and limitations, types of information system, procurement options, that is hardware and software planning, make or buy decision, information system for strategic advantages. Now the third module is e-commerce, in which you will have to study introduction to e-commerce, evolution of e-commerce, emerging trends in e-commerce, and difference between e-commerce and e-business. Fourth module is data security, in which types of cyber threats you will have to study, measures to counter cyber threats, risk analysis, security tools, that is firewall, encryption, digital certification, digital signature, and blockchain. Now the fifth module is introduction to Python. So in this subject you will have to study थोड़ा सा Python, ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं, ऊपर का, that is the introduction, that is the operators, data types, control structure, loop, logical statements, functions, parameters, arguments, directories, dictionary, operations, method, objectives, object oriented programming in Python. So all this you will have to study in Python. Now moving towards the next subject, that is business research, in which you will have to study in the research problem, in which you will have to study objectives, methods and types and process of research problem, selection, needs and techniques for defining a problem, environmental context of the problem, development of hypothesis, qualitative and quantitative research. The module is features of a good research design, exploratory or descriptive research design, experimental design, call treatment and group control. All these you will have to study in second module. Talking about the third module, in which you will have to study primary and secondary data, sampling design, errors in data collection. Moving towards the fourth module, in which you will have to study attitude, measurement and scaling techniques, measurement in research, types of measurement scales, scaling techniques, process of scale development, testing of skill, reliability, and in the fifth module, tools of data collection, data processing operations, correlation and regression, testing of hypothesis, introduction to ANOVA, discriminant analysis, factor analysis, and clustering methods. Significance of these tools, managerial decision making, characteristics of a good research report, referencing styles. So these are the 5 modules. Now moving towards the next subject, that is marketing management, in which the first module is fundamentals of marketing, and the topics are core concept of marketing, introduction to marketing, environment and analysis trend in the company's macro and micro environment. Now developing marketing plan for companies, non-profit organization making scope and classifications. Now talking about the second module, which is understanding the customers, and the topics are research framework to understand the customer, assessment of customer lifetime value, customer service, and CRM. Now third module is, in this you'll also have to study market segmentation, targeting, positioning. Topics are segmentation, in which you'll have to study concept, purpose, and variables, target market strategies, selecting the positioning platform, choosing and creating points of party and points of difference, customer behavior, factors affecting consumer behavior and consumer decision making process. Now talking about the third module, in which we'll have to study classification levels, analysis of product line and product mix, complexity of managing lengthy product line and the role of product manager, product life cycle and its marketing implications. Then pricing strategy, in which pricing policy of firm, selecting a pricing method, pricing module and optimization, measuring pricing performance, focus on pricing metrics. So all this you will have to study in the third module. Talking about the fourth module, which is managing the channel, the subtopics are concept of value network, channel design decision, channel management decisions, channel integration through vertical marketing system and horizontal marketing system, distribution through self-help group. Now retailing, types of retail formats, classification of store formats, the retail marketing mix, the private level threats. Now talking about the fifth module, which is digital marketing and promotion, in which you will have to study introduction to digital marketing, digital versus traditional marketing, internet and e-commerce, website planning process, search engine optimization, internet and the social media analysis, introduction to database marketing and marketing analytics, web analytics, using Google Analytics, promoting mixed elements, and introduction to the concept of IMC. Now moving towards the next chapter, that is organizational behavior. So talking about the first module, that is introduction to organizational behavior, and the subtopics are concept, significance, challenges, opportunities of organizational management, determinants of individual behavior, that is attitude, components and major job attitudes, personality concept, determinants and the theories, perception में concept, perception का concept, perceptual process, and learning में concept and process. This all you will have to study. Talking about the second module, that is motivation, and the subtopics are concept of motivation, applications of individual and organization, theories of motivation, that is hierarchy of need, two-factor, expectancy, equity theory. So all these you will have to study. Now third module is groups and teams. Subtopics are group behavior, in which concept, types, stage of group development, group decision making, work team, in which teams and creating effective teams you will have to study. Now talking about the fourth module, that is leadership and communication. The subtopics are leadership, in which concept and theories, that is trait, behavioral and contingency theory, communication concept, then process and barriers, then interpersonal communication, and then transactional analysis. So this is module 4. Talking about module 5, organizational change and stress, which you will have to study organizational change, and that is forces and resistance to change, stress management, sources and consequences of stress, then stress assessment and management. So these are the 5 modules. So yeah, in this video we have covered 5 subjects, detailed syllabus of all these 5 subjects. I think ये वीडियो थोड़ा लंबा हो रहा है, so in the next video we will talk about the next 5 subjects. So that's it about today's video. And हाँ, मैं आपको strategies भी बता देती हूँ इन सारे subjects को पढ़ने के. So अभी तक मैंने जितना भी सिलेबस बताया है, जितने भी सब्जेक्ट्स का, वो सारे आप यूट्यूब से कवर कर सकते हो. प्लेलिस्ट पड़े हुए हैं यूट्यूब में, आप बस सर्च करो सारे टॉपिक्स और आपको प्लेलिस्ट मिल जाएगा. एंड ऑल्सो मैं सारा सिलेबस स्क्रीन पे भी एक स्क्रीनशॉट लगा दूंगी, सो दैट यू कैन रीड इट टू. So yeah, that's it about today's video. I hope you like the video. If you like the video, then do like, share and subscribe to my channel. Bye bye. Thanks for watching.